I've always been fascinated with edutainment, because I never really experienced it as a kid. In fact, the only one I played was Math Circus, and I'm pretty sure like every school had that, and it was probably as old as I was. It must have been a huge craze back then too, because even Star Wars came in with it. They had their own company called Lucas Learning Ltd. This entry, Star Wars Droidworks, was the one that stuck out to me the most. Physics was the science topic I was most interested in high school. I actually think it was the only one I took in high school. And I took a few courses of it in university. I imagine this would have been perfect for me to play as a kid because I think the trilogy came out like 2 or 3 years later, and I was really into the Phantom Menace as a kid. I realized that there had to be some quality in this, at least by edutainment standards, because they use the same engine as they did in Dark Forces 2. The highlight, however, doesn't come from the physics angle, but that it's a droid builder, and at that point, I knew that I had to get into it. I do assume most of you watching played this as a kid, so I'm going to try to answer the question if it's still good to play or not, or if it's just something you should leave to nostalgia. Stay tuned to find out.
Who's that pointing and clicking his way to internet fame? You might be a little too cool for your mainstream kind of games, but if you like retro consoles and obscure PC stuff, then you might just be hip enough for this pretentious hipster.
Surprisingly, they do have some semblance of a plot, which is good because it helps you motivate yourself to finish the game, and they add a sort of logical explanation as to why you were doing all those physics puzzles. You play as a rebel agent who disguises themselves as a Jawa to join Wematika's clan. To join this clan, you have to convince them of your droid building skills by completing training missions. Why? Because there is an Imperial droid factory on Tatooine, and there are assassin droids being built to destroy the Rebel Alliance. So, to quickly sum it up, you gotta build droids that are to their specifications and are able to complete the tasks required. You will have someone along with you the entire time to narrate things. A hover droid called Holocam E or Cammy. She has a strong southern accent and a genuine hospitality to go with it. As they would say in Troll 2, typical country hospitality. Let's dig in! You begin with 8 training missions, and you have 3 levels for each mission, which gives you the ranks of Apprentice, Designer, and Master. Each of them gets more difficult. For example, the first one deals with the lesson of pushing something up a slope. The Apprentice level is self-explanatory. The Designer one has your droid requiring legs instead of wheels, but no box to push, while the Master one has a time limit and you have to push more than just one crate. They provide more than enough motivation to go through all 3 levels for each mission as well. Each level gives you a new droid part, where some are practically required for the later or even earlier missions. Some of them are even in Toshi Station, but none of them have anything to do with power converters. You could talk about electricity and physics. It would have been perfect. They deal with lessons like slopes, light, weight, levers, and pulleys. Sometimes they seem to do an okay job in teaching you, but most of it comes from the index, which hilariously enough has it trying to explain it in EarthQuest. It asks questions relating to the topic, but in what Earth would go through. Of course, this is an educational game, so they had to incorporate the Earth or your player somehow into it. But like, wasn't Star Wars based a long time ago in a galaxy far away? Why would they know anything about the planet Earth? Hell, I don't even like the films that much now, and I knew this. The one that deals with light has you in a dark maze, and you need to use a light to see. I mean, optics anyone? You could have dealt with that in a more interesting and educational way rather than, oh no, I can't see, but now that I turn on the light I can. I would even call that insulting to kids. This is what leads to by far the best part of the game, the droid building. You've got 2 types of droids to build, one with legs and one with treads or wheels. You then choose the body, legs or wheels, arms, hands, and head. Each of them will have their own weight, metallic properties, skills, and of course the aesthetic. Other than the specifications they list for each mission, the rest is up to you. Go nuts. Honestly, if the game was just this, I would still say it's worth just playing around with. And the only way to play this correctly is to make the droids as cursed as possible. You can make all of these atrocities, like this, or even this. Hell, one time I just put C-3PO's head on R2-D2's body, just because I could. Adding all of these color combinations to the droids on top of it is just amazing. It helps to give them more life, and helps emphasize the cursed nature of them. Some of them can do skills like welding, power plugging, or even healing organic life. Can you imagine what would happen if a cursed as hell looking droid came by and tried to heal you?
Cammy, it's me. I don't know what day or time it is. I haven't left a message in a while for you because, well, I was trapped in an Imperial dungeon. I seem to have escaped, but on my way to escaping, an assassin droid got me and I think my leg's broken now. And I can hear them all in the background. I think I'm screwed and I just want to say goodbye for everything. Wait, what's that noise? I think it actually might be a friendly droid. I've heard that the Rebel Alliance was sending some droids here to help us. Maybe it'll be one that can heal my leg? Oh, thank God I'm saved. Oh my God, no, what the hell is that thing? No, just let me die!
It even gets worse than the colors. You can see how they move, and yes, you can even make them dance. They even have their own dancing type depending on what parts they have. And with how cursed they look, the dances can honestly look disturbing.
Of course, it was time for me to join along and tear up the dance floor with them too.
Anyways, these mechanics, especially grabbing and communication, are of the utmost importance in this. Using some special talents takes away your batteries though, so be careful with that. And oh, when you build a droid, don't forget to put batteries in it. I missed it every damn time. But it seems pointless because of course you're just gonna keep adding them until it gets to 100. But then, things got weird. Even weirder than that. I was building this one random droid, and well, look at how the legs walk. I mean damn, they don't even hide it. It's almost dummy thick. I can't be alone in this, right? It doesn't help that with the entire package the droid looks like this, and you have this sultry voice.
Hello there, my name's RDRR. What can I do for you?
What are you doing here?
I'll tell you, but first, a joke. What do you get when you bug a droid for too long?
I don't know. What?
An annoyed droid. That one always tickles my transistors.
Funny.
Well, I mean it's Tatooine, so it's not exactly a metropolis, and the Jawas are like out in the desert with that giant droid vehicle thing. I don't even know what they're called. So they need some type of release, I guess you can say. They have to find the proper avenue for it. I mean, hell though. These droids have personalities and everything to them, so you wonder if even consent is a matter in this. But then again, that's opening a huge can of worms.
I mean, hell, of course they're using the droids for that. I mean, they say it themselves right here.
Hello, droid.
Why do you Jawas always live in the desert?
Because we're looking for a hot time.
Goodbye.
After these 8 training missions, you are put to the test. You have to do what you've learned in these missions in accommodation, but this is where it gets real. Firstly, you have to collect these crystals in each one, and then take it to a section that'll help you determine the location of the droid factory. But no, that is not the biggest change of the last few missions. The big change is, they have enemies. And yes, they can actually be terrifying. Good thing their AI is so bad. This one was easily the worst. Oh phew, I am underwater. Wait, can it still follow me down here? I am hearing some dialogue. Ah, no. Not great. I'm screwed. I've seen comments on YouTube of people saying just how terrified they were of assassin droids as a kid, and I can honestly totally see it. I mean, hell, all you can do is run away or try to trap them. Unfortunately, this is far from perfect. The controls are pretty awkward. They make sense in context, but in a world where keyboards were just starting to get mainstream, they're not, shall I say, ergonomic. For example, you press H to use your head's talent, R for your right hand, and L for your left. They do have an easier way of doing it with S and A for the hands, but trust me, you will have problems memorizing them when you're too used to modern keyboard layouts like me. The physics here is just terrible. Bad physics I can understand because, well, they're fun, and you can learn how it works, but here, the physics is inconsistent. The first slope right here is when I realized how wrong this experience was gonna be. It was actually hell trying to get this block to be pushed up. And look at this. Why won't you just get up the damn slope? Maybe the robot is too light. I'll try this one. Nah, this one too. God damn it, just get up the slope. Now in retrospect, the droids might have not been large enough, but to be fair, I was given the largest parts possible during that. I guess I could have just done the later missions to unlock bigger parts, but still. And then, this happened. Wait, what? I went through the block? What the hell? It wasn't even a one-time occurrence. I still don't even know how I managed to get it up. Like, going at it from an angle? The fact that the master one had a time limit made this even worse. Also, why would a droid jump even higher when underwater? Slopes are easily one of the worst aspects of this game. The second one is a very simple puzzle using magnets. It becomes impossible because of the awkward angle you gotta go to get up on the slope. But then, the maze in the dark one came in. First, oh god no, I gotta escort someone and take my time doing it, but I lose battery power even when talking to a droid. Oh my god, look at this. A slope? With treads or wheels you just gotta find the right angle, and with legs you gotta jump. But bad AI won't be able to do that. Well, I guess I just gotta play the waiting game. And yes, with bad slopes like this, comes bad platforming. Have fun with that. But nothing compares to projectiles. In one master mission, you gotta do the right angle and strength depending on the weight, but the result of it changes every time. For this one, I set the highest angle and 60% strength. It looks like the bot hit an invisible wall, but it still worked. Doing it the second time, look at this. It's the same damn numbers and the damn droid weighs the same. Why didn't it work? It got worse with the second droid. This seriously took me like an hour to figure out because the inconsistent physics of it turned it into total guesswork. I remember the first time I made it. Oh my god, finally. Now to only guess that mine is right. Oh no, I fell off? Well, will it push me off instead? Only one way to find out. Of course. In one of the assassin droid sections you gotta do it. Once again. The damage system of it is terrible too. Going down a chute is a complete gamble over whether or not you'll receive any damage. For example, you have to fall down the chute to get back to the middle level. Sometimes I took damage, sometimes I didn't. Going down elevators? Sometimes damage even happens from that. Not to mention all the texture issues. I mean, I cut down this rope, and look at this. I guess the sparks in the rope made some sort of chemical reaction that is hallucinogenic, and this happened, but then again, that's chemistry, not physics. The sounds can also be terrible to some ears. Check out this whenever I got into a magnet. Yes. Music to magnets. actually do mean it. I listen to harsh noise music. Still, I would say that this is worth playing, because the gameplay of it is secondary to me. The only thing that kept me going, well, aside from doing this video on it, was to get all the parts so that I can build more cursed droids, and of course see how they dance. It's something I never grew tired of,